Hey guys, welcome to the Carl Jackson Show, your daily dose of objective truth in a world of confusion and lies. I got some political things that I want to talk to you about, but before I get to those, actually, I want to do something a little different. Well, I guess this one is political. This whole Epstein, this document dump for Epstein, it's become a document dud. But there's more to the story, so I do want to share that. Also, I got to be honest with you, I am so intrigued by I know this sounds morbid. I don't mean for it to, but I'm actually more curious about what happened with Gene Hackman. Maybe it's much ado about nothing than I am with Epstein at this point in time. Epstein, we basically learned the same old. But the biggest news when it comes to the Epstein dump is that apparently Pam Bundy was lied to by the FBI, the New York field office. So I'll get into that in just a second. I was reading up on this, and I know everybody was expecting some bombshell revelation today after she appeared on Jesse Waters' program. And Gabe, I forgot we have that clip, and I forgot to ask you to pull it up. But anyway, she appeared on Jesse Waters' program last night, and I have no clue. So she appeared on Waters' program last night and said, listen, that they were going to be releasing some of the news. As a matter of fact, she had made the request before Kash Patel became the FBI director, and she was told that she was getting all of the information, and apparently she got 200 pages worth of information and documents regarding the FBI files on Epstein. But now come to find out that there were thousands of pages of documents that the FBI, it's cut number 45, Gabe, just play when ready. The FBI files were thousands of pages, and they didn't give them to her. So you still have a rogue. Oh, and I just X'd out of the story. You still have a rogue FBI agency. These people are she's the attorney general, right? And then you've got Kash Patel, head of the FBI. You got Dan Bongino, right? Deputy director of the FBI. And you still have rogue agents. This is why these agencies need to be cut down. What were they doing? What are they trying to hide? Let's play the clip real quick. This is what she said, AG Pam Bundy said last night on Jesse Waters' program. Roll it, por favor, Gabe.
You said last week that you have the Epstein files on your desk. When can we see them, and what's taking so long to release them?
I do. Jesse, there are well over, this will make you sick, 200 victims. 200. So we have over 250 actually. So we have to make sure that their identity is protected and their personal information. But other than that, I think tomorrow, the personal information of victims. Other than that, I think tomorrow, Jesse, breaking news right now, you're going to see some Epstein information being released by my office.
What kind? Are we going to see who was on the flights? Are we going to see any evidence from what he recorded? Because he had all of his homes wired with recording devices.
Yeah, what you're going to see, hopefully tomorrow, is a lot of flight logs, a lot of names, a lot of information. But it's pretty sick what that man did.
Okay, well,
along with his co-defendant.
Absolutely, and he had help. That's for sure.
He sure did.
Okay, so that was Pam Bundy last night, obviously on Jesse Waters' program. And I gotta listen. This is what's so funny to me, and I say this as a conservative, and I love my fellow conservatives. But what's taking so long? I mean, that's what Jesse Waters said, and I know people are anxious. The case has been out there forever, but the new administration hasn't been looking at the case forever, and not as far as I know, at least not Pam Bundy and Kash Patel. I mean, they've literally just been sworn into office an hour ago. Obviously I'm being hyperbolic, but you get my point. They have to go through this stuff thoroughly themselves, because you can't trust any of the people that were there before you to tell you the truth. So I always get a kick off of that. I'm like, you know what? This stuff takes a lot of time to go through. If you've ever gone through a court hearing, the legalese, the language, I mean, they understand the language, I know, but It just takes a buttload of time. So nothing like that. It just doesn't happen quick like that, especially when you have a turnover of a new administration. But hat tip to the Daily Wire, Pam Bundy wrote a letter to Kash Patel, basically saying, "Hey, she learned from a source on Wednesday night, that was after this interview with Jesse Waters, that she hadn't received all the Epstein files, despite the FBI's repeated assurances that she had. So the FBI is lying to the Attorney General." She said, "Quote, before you come into office, I requested the full and complete files related to Jeffrey Epstein." And then, in response to this request, I received approximately 200 pages of documents, which consisted primarily of flight logs, Epstein's list of contacts, and a list of victims' names and phone numbers. Apparently, Michael Schellenberger had posted to X a copy of of what she sent to Kash Patel. And then she went on to say, quote, "I repeatedly questioned whether this was the full set of documents responsive to my request, and was repeatedly assured by the FBI that we had received the full set of documents." So first I thought she was lashing out at Patel, and apparently Kash Patel has responded. So I don't know what that response is. I'll have to search for that. Late yesterday, she goes on to say, "I learned from a source that the FBI field office in New York was in possession of thousands of pages of documents related to the investigation and indictment of Epstein. Despite my repeated requests, the FBI never disclosed the existence of these files." Now, here's what Michael Schellenberger said. The FBI's New York field office said it gave Pam Bundy all its Jeffrey Epstein files. It lied to her, says Bundy. That may be because Epstein, listen to this, appears. I don't know, guys. All right. But this is, it's all based upon appearance. We could I don't, Schellenberger wouldn't try to do that. Bundy wouldn't try to do that. Kash Patel wouldn't try to do that. But I just wonder sometimes about these cases. Do they try to wage psychological warfare on us just because they want us to be scared of the CIA and FBI? Just call me Gabe Cassiano for talking like that. All right. So it's again, they lied to her. That may be because Epstein, this is what Schellenberger says, that may be because Epstein appears to have been running a sex blackmail operation or a honey trap for intelligence agencies. The FBI has used honey traps for decades, basically. All right. So it goes on Wednesday. What you're going to see hopefully tomorrow is a lot of flight logs. All right. Pam Bundy said that. You guys heard that. And so here's the deal. But it appears it was the same old, same old. A source who reviewed the files Bundy is set to release, or she has released now, told the New York Post that the documents set to be released would likely be disappointing. Because, again, it was the same old people. A few influencers, including DC Drano and Chaya Rashik of Lips of TikTok, got copies of some of the memos. Many names of Epstein's flight logs. Again, same names. You had Prince Andrew of England, Kate Blanchett, Bill Clinton, Cameron Diaz, Leonardo DiCaprio, Al Gore, Stephen Hawking, Michael Jackson, George Lucas, Kevin Spacey, Donald Trump, and Bruce Willis. Now, just because their names were on a flight log doesn't mean they got nasty. We all know the story with Trump. Trump found out how nasty he was getting at Mar-a-Lago and kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago because he didn't like what he was being told about Epstein and little girls. None of the individuals that on that list have been charged with any wrongdoing, and many of them said that they flew on Epstein's plane for business meetings, and again, some including Dershowitz. So I guess the speculation, or people are wondering, is was this guy running in part, even though he was a perv himself, over 250 victims, according to Pam Bundy, and yet she didn't even get all the files. She what did she get? Like 10% of the files? If there's 2,000 pages, she got 200. All right. So now just a minute left, but let me just turn my attention to Gene Hackman. Gene Hackman was one of the greatest actors out there. He wasn't your model, your typical lead man. He didn't have the looks. He had the talent. Just absolutely astonishing. And now he was found by somebody that a worker that apparently worked in his subdivision, worked on his property somehow, looking through a window, and the guy was able to see his wife on the floor. And apparently, I'm not sure, I can't remember if it was him on the floor as well, but in a different room. And this, listen, guys, I mean, he was, what was he, 95 years old, I believe, 93, 95 years old. His wife was literally 30 years younger than him. His German Shepherd was dead as well. This just smells fishy. Now, it could be something as simple as carbon monoxide poisoning, but apparently there was a heater, space heater next to his wife's head. There were some pills next to his wife's head. Could it have been suicide? Could it have been carbon monoxide? Could it have been something nefarious? We simply don't know. But now the speculation was that it wasn't anything nefarious. Now the cops simply don't know. And it just sounds odd. Maybe it was, I'm hoping it was just a weird accident. The bodies had been there for some time. They were mummified. And then, and I haven't confirmed this yet, but apparently the dog was still inside of a kennel, which is the weirdest thing ever. So more to find out. I'm almost more intrigued about the Gene Hackman thing at this point in time. Hey guys, Carl Jackson here for My Pillow, and My Pillow is excited to announce that they're having the first ever mega sale on their overstock clearance and brand new products. For example, you can save over 50% on this season's flannel sheets. The queen size is only $59.98 and the kings are only $69.98. But they sell out fast every year, so be sure to order now. You can also save 30% on their brand new Mike crosses. They're designed in the likeness of the one that Mike has worn every day for over 20 years. They come in men's and women's styles, and they're made right here in the good U.S. of A. Get the 2025 6-piece My Towel sets for only $29.98. The initial quantities are extremely low, so get them before they or while they last. And I can't forget to mention the My Pillow. It's just $14.98. So to take advantage of the first ever mega sale, go to mypillow.com, use promo code Carl, or give them a call at 800-858-0263. 800-858-0263 is the number to call in. But wait, remember that $75, the $75 free shipping rule. So, well, that ship is sailed because right now for a limited time, every order ships free. That's right. Every order ships free. MyPillow.com, promo code Carl, or give them a call at 800-858-0263.